Hello everyone. Today we shall start model number 4, that is 3-hinged arches and cables. So before going to the arches, let me explain why we use arches, what is the importance of arches. So for that I will take a simply supported beam of span L carrying a UDL. So for this the bending moment will be maximum at the center with the value of WL square by 8. So to resist this value WL square by 8, which is in the middle, we require larger cross section in the middle of beam. So similarly, if you increase the span of the beam, the bending moment will also increase. As you know, L is in the numerator. As the span increases, bending moment also increases. So when the span increases, the self weight of the beam also increases, and bending moment due to self weight is also more. So when you consider the self weight of the beam along with a live load for a larger span of beam, the bending moment becomes very large. To resist this very large bending moment, we require very large cross section of the beam. For example, if you consider depth of beam for very large spans, something like auditoriums and all, the depth of beam, it becomes very large. It may create obstruction for the view in case of auditoriums, if at all if you go with beams. So similarly, let me consider an arch of same span as of beam and carrying same load. So for this arch, the bending moment is smaller. If you compare two bending moments, the bending moments is smaller, or the value of bending moment is small in case of arch for same span and same load. That's why we prefer arches in case of larger spans, because it gives smaller bending moment. When the bending moment value is small, the cross section required is also small. That's why for large spans, something like auditoriums and arch bridges, where we require larger spans, there we prefer arches, because in arches the bending moment is smaller when compared to beam. So for which we need to bend this beam. But when you bend this beam will try to become horizontal. So for that reason, we will put two horizontal thrust which will be pushing this beam to maintain this arch. So these two horizontal reactions will try to hog the beam. Because of load, the beam will try to sag, but this horizontal thrust will try to hog the beam. So some bending moment is reduced because of this hogging moment. So the sagging moment is contracted by hogging moment, means the positive bending moment is contracted by negative bending moment. So like that, some part of bending moment value is reduced. When bending moment value is reduced, the cross section also reduces. Okay, for smaller bending moment value, we require smaller cross section, as simple as that. So coming to components of the arches, so here we have arch rib. The topmost point is called as crown. This is what we call it as span, and from the crown to the support level we call it as rise. So that's what we say here. I repeat once again. In case of beam supporting UDL or point load at the center, the maximum bending moment occurs at the center. Hence, a large cross section is required at the midspan. When the span becomes large, the bending moment due to self weight is also large. same thing which I have discussed in the diagram. So thus the bending moment due to self weight and live loads will become heavy. This heavy bending moment can be reduced by bending the beam in upward opposite direction in a curved shape. That's what I was saying. So sagging bending moment is covered by hogging bending moment because of horizontal thrust. So horizontal force is required at the support to retain its shape. This horizontal force develops a hogging bending moment which opposes the sagging bending moment due to the load. So in effect, the bending moment is reduced considerably. So our main aim is to reduce the bending moment. When the bending moment reduces, the cross section also reduces. Means the required cross section is reduced. Thus, the reduction in bending moment resulted in smaller section in comparison with strained beam, means simple beam carrying UDL or any load. Thus, the R shape is useful for covering larger spans without any obstruction. The obstruction may be pillars, piers, or pillars. Thus, they are mainly used in large span bridges, auditoriums, hangars, etc. So coming types of arches, we have 2-inch arch, 3-inch arch and fixed arch. But as per our syllabus, we deal with 3-inch arch. So coming to shapes of arches, there may be a parabolic arches, circular arches or elliptical arches. So we will be concentrating more on parabolic arches as per our syllabus, and some part we will be also discussing about circular arches. Now coming to understanding the shape of arches, I will be giving one more video where I will be using a scale to explain about the arch action. Thank you.